Prismatic Evolutions will be the next Evolving Skies. Am I qualified enough to say that? No. Am I still going to keep saying it anyways? Yes. Okay. I'm recording this portion of the video about an hour later because I felt the need to interject and just say when I say this set's going to be the next Evolving Skies, I know for those who are new to Pokemon, when I say it's the next Evolving Skies, it's obviously not a booster box set, so there's only ETBs. So, I don't expect ETBs to run to $800 in ETB. What I meant by that was, um, I think with this modern twist they're doing, I would not be surprised if a lot of these SIRs that we're seeing in front of us right now, raw or in PSA 10, start to go for the same, if not more, than certain alt arts, SIRs, all of that. Personally, I'll be picking up any of these I can find in that $50 to $70 range, if that even exists for these. And then, I would not be surprised to see that Umbreon being hundreds of dollars raw and up to four figures probably in a PSA 10. So that's all I wanted to say. When I say it's the next Evolving Skies, I don't necessarily mean that the sealed items are going to be the valued the exact same as Evolving Skies, or that they won't print this set into the ground and there will be way more than Evolving Skies ever had. All I'm trying to say is the hype around it and the thematic style of it is very reminiscent of Evolving Skies, and pretty much like Evolving Skies pretty much paved the way for modern Pokemon. So I think this set will do very, very well. And yeah, you can finish the rest of the video now. So obviously everyone knows about this set. It's been rumored for the last couple weeks, and with every day we get new photos and leaks and drops. And it's exceeding everyone's expectations, I think, or at least mine. I knew this set was going to be hype, but riding off the tailwinds of all these other huge sets, Twilight, Surging Sparks, then we have obviously Evolving Skies, which this set seems to be based off of or themed after, but with a Scarlet and Violet twist. This set has a lot going for it. I personally like all these special illustration rares. I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, Evolving Skies alt arts are better. The art on these is too busy. They don't look as good." At this point, the market does not seem to care about good art anymore, if it did care in the first place. So if you're gonna make that comparison, you can keep your Evolving Skies alt arts and you'll do just fine. But for everyone else who is interested in these cards or the sealed products or possibly investing in them, I think this set cannot be overstated enough, I think, with how sort of catastrophic it's going to be with the market. And I'm not trying to cause FOMO. This is just like the reality of what we're seeing so far. Pokemon Center has done multiple drops already of products. The PC ETBs sold out in a few hours. The surprise boxes sold out in, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, I think. The booster bundles, I think, even sold out faster. It's kind of like with each drop they've done, it sells out faster and faster. Will these get restocked again? Probably. Should you buy them at MSRP if they get restocked again? Yes, 100%. Buy them, buy them, buy them. Again, I'm not trying to cause FOMO. It's just there's so much demand for this set. And I think we've seen with Surging right now that if it doesn't get reprinted soon, it's going to continue to go up in price. This one just kind of seems like a no-brainer to me. It quite literally is Evolving Skies 2. It's Evolving Skies with crowns, right? So, and Terra types, and people don't like them, but the market again says otherwise. All of those products I just showed you, the PC or the ETBs / PC ETBs, the booster bundles, the surprise boxes, they're all selling on eBay, obviously 3 months in advance for 200 to 300% gains. You can see regular ETBs, which are MSRP at $50, going for $100. 2 of those surprise box, well, I guess that's Canadian, so I can't really use that. Surprise box for $57, surprise box for $60. These were $22.99 retail. So again, I'm not Not saying they won't get restocked and you won't have another opportunity to get them at MSRP, but for anyone that didn't get them because the drop sold out in 2 hours or 3 hours, they're all going to be waiting on the sidelines ready to buy these when they come out. GameStop just went out of stock for regular ETVs. Game Nerds out of stock. Best Buy out of stock. PokeNE Brian out of stock of all of his products. I think he pulled a lot of them down because it was just he doesn't even know his allocation numbers, he was saying on his video. That I jumped ahead too quickly there. But the point is, if you can get pretty much any of the sealed products, in my opinion, at MSRP, I would probably be buying them. I think this set is, in my opinion, looks like it's going to be more hype price wise than 151. That's just my opinion. Take that as you will. Take it with a grain of salt. I know, again, I like watching Nostalgianomics and Pokemart USA streams. I know that they said for Stellar Crown they got 2,000, or Pokemart got 2,000 ETBs pre-ordered, or 2,000 booster boxes pre-ordered. They were able to fulfill that whole thing. For Prismatic, they have 13,000 ETBs pre-ordered, which obviously they're not going to get that. But the point is, the amount of demand and conversation swirling around this set is kind of like too much to be ignored. And if you're waiting on the sideline, I said this in my Instagram post, shameless plug, go check the description below if you want to see a link to it. If you are purely skipping out on this set because you think Evolving Skies artwork is better, I would caution very highly against that. Even if you're just going to try to make a quick flip on these, just saying that there's different artwork that's better, I don't think is a good enough justification to ignore the fact that these are going to be ridiculously priced and skyrocket early next year. So I will cut my Prismatic rant pump there, and I'm going to talk about where I think this will obviously trickle back to. Again, should be very obvious to everyone that if you are looking for other plays specific to Evolutions, you should be looking at Evolution Alt Arts. So obviously Umbreon has been going on a run. There are sales on TCG Player, $1,300 to $1,400 raw. That's not graded. That's not PSA 10. That's raw. I sold a PSA 10 Umbreon for like $1,250 like a month ago or 2 months ago. So yeah, we have Leafeon in that sort of 250-ish range. Glaceon, 230-ish. Sylveon, I think 200, 220-ish. Yeah, 200-ish. Espeon from Fusion Strike, which sort of what I'm trying to do here is give you guys, if you have a lot of money to spend, or a big bag of you can invest, I would be looking at the VMAXs. For the higher range investors, spenders, flippers. Medium range, obviously you can look at the regular Vs. These are also starting to move. We're seeing close to 160 or past 160 in certain cases. It kind of swings, but let's just say 150 to 160 for the Umbreon V alt art. Espeon V has passed 100, I believe. Yeah. Espeon V. Sylveon V is like 80. Yeah, 75, 80. Leafeon V is actually kind of flat, still around the same, like 70, 75-ish. Glaceon V starting to move back up slowly around, well, this is lightly played, but you can see near mint right here, 73. So those are all Evolving Skies. I personally, if I'm going to pick one I like from sort of each tier here, I like the Leafeon a lot because you can just look at the 1 year highs. This thing was at $360 raw at one point early this year. And it's sitting at $260 now. It's probably pretty close to the PSA 10 price as well, maybe $100 off or something. Same with Glaceon. I like both of these cards because they've just run up so high in the past, and we're 2 or 3 months away from this EV set. If you don't want to go in all on the EV set, Prismatic, or if it's sold out to the point where you just can't get any, I would start looking back at some of these cards possibly either right now or as they start to move, because and I do have some to show. Sylveon. There's one Espeon. There's a Glaceon. And I have two more Sylveons. And then I guess my next point, which is for the lower end, if you can't afford sort of the VMAXs or the Vs from Evolving Skies, what I would be looking at probably is the Trainer Gallery VMAXs. So there's Umbreon and Sylveon. I probably wouldn't look at the regular Vs. Well, I mean, I'm sure these will move, but I like the price point of the VMAXs a lot better than I do the regular Vs. I don't know if you guys can see. VMAX Umbreon is about $33 for the Trainer Gallery. The regular V is $20. Sylveon VMAX, $20-ish, I believe. Let's see if that's correct. Please show me the market data. Yeah, $18, $20. So, and the regular V is also around $18. So, personally, here's the thing, the Umbreon VMAX is obvious, right? So, like, if you're lower end or medium end, even, I would be looking at this card in PSA 10 or Raw and trying to grade it. But if we're looking at the next three highest, which is Umbreon V, Sylveon VMAX, and Sylveon V Trainer Galleries, the Sylveon VMAX is like the same price as these two. And if I were to choose between the three, I would rather have the Sylveon VMAX personally. That's just me. If you like the other two better or you think they're going to make a bigger run, go for it. And then the last two, which might be a bit of a stretch in my opinion, but the Crown Zenith, Leafeon, and Glaceon V-Star, again, there's no telling that just because Prismatic is starting to sell out and because Evolving Skies alts or Evolving Skies in general is starting to rip, that it means it's going to trickle back into these cards. But I'm just saying, should these continue to run and they reach certain price points where people don't feel comfortable buying them, they're going to start looking at the other evolution alt arts, full arts. I mean, I wouldn't touch full arts, but alt arts, Galarian galleries, trainer galleries, those sorts of things. And so these aren't technically bad to look at, in my opinion, because they're still hovering in that sort of like $20, $25 price point. So that's all I wanted to say. Again, if you want to message me on Instagram or see some of what I was talking about previously, I'll put a link down below. But I really do believe that this set is like bigger than any of us even think that it is. You know, I thought it was big to begin with, but it's sort of exceeding all my expectations in terms of just how many posts are being made, how many videos are being made, the amount of demand for these products in terms of how fast they're selling out, people willing to just splurge above MSRP without even knowing what's in the set or, you know, how much supply Pokemon's actually going to drop. They're going to be dropping this all of next year. So it's not like there's going to be necessarily a shortage of supply. There's just going to be too many people who want it, to where it's going to be constantly getting ripped, bought, so on and so forth. So that's all I'll say for this video, and hopefully I'll be back to make another one soon. So peace.